Hello everyone, I'm Ronald Mehta and welcome back to marketing91.com. We provide management and marketing training to students and professionals worldwide through our courses, videos and community. This video is part of our comprehensive take on the gamut of human resource management. Let's take a stab at the gamut of duty of care. Duty of care is considered a legal term. A person must take care not to negligently cause harm to others. It is possible that one is more accustomed to the word negligence. Whenever the duty of care is broken, it is said to have been negligence. Moving on, duty of care where Amazon comes under scrutiny. Rising concerns by Democrats about safety of workers in Amazon's new warehouse. The reconstruction of an Illinois storage facility that broke down and killed 6 employees during one tornado in 2021 has drawn the ire of many members of Congress. They want Amazon to explain why there aren't any reinforced storm shelters being added. Moving on, many high dignitaries released a letter to the public recently. Amazon has a responsibility to make the modest investments, said Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts, adding further that the company was putting your profits over the safety of workers. After the incident in December 2021, Amazon's practices regarding severe weather have come under criticism. Amazon has a responsibility to make the modest investment necessary to ensure that workers in its Edwardsville facility are protected from future disasters, the letter addressed to Amazon CEO Andy Jassy said. In their letter, the 3 Democrats reference St. Louis KSDK-TV's report for its coverage of intentions to reconstruct the facility to pre-loss conditions, which was based on a permit provided by the city of Edwardsville and obtained in accordance with open records rules. So, Amazon coming under fire for not taking the safety of workers being important. Moving on, who's obligated to practice duty of care? The duty of care should be followed by everyone has a responsibility toward others who they anticipate they might or ought to hurt by their deeds or errors and failures to take action. This is true outside of workplace as well. Daily existence is a subject of duty of care. You have a higher risk of facing unwanted consequences if you act not carefully, whether at work or elsewhere, even while you're driving. Moving on, let's look at some generic examples. A duty of care is owed by an owner of an enterprise to not only their employees but also to customers, clients, visitors and surrounding people. A hospital has to abide by duty of care towards its patient. Renters have to be treated with duty of care by their landlord. There is no explicit rule or legislation for duty of care because it is covered on the grounds of common law. Neither a duty of care act nor duty of care regulations exist separately. Throughout the last 100 years, it has evolved as a result of legal precedent and negligence lawsuits. Moving on, duty of care and its application at the workplace. The legal obligation that an employer has to ensure a safe workplace for employees is known as duty of care. Both the physical and mental safety of employees must be maintained in a safe workplace. Moving on, employers are required by law to treat their employees fairly. The same legal obligations apply to workers. The majority of the health and legal duties revolving around safety enveloping the duty of care have been incorporated into the criminal law. For instance, laws and guidelines like the Management of Health and Safety at Work Regulations, the Health and Safety at Work Act, several more. Moving on. Well, the employer, they thread a thin line, so they need to keep following things in mind. All the requirements should be stated clearly as far as duty of care is concerned. Mishaps can be avoided. Inspection authority in place. And prosecution for crimes. Moving on to an important question. Now, does working from home still fall under duty of care? Even though company workers work virtually, even then an employer is still responsible to maintain the duty of care to them. A remote way of working generally means working in an isolated manner, resulting in mental stress. For this reason, if you have employees that work from their home, be careful to address your psychological and physiological requirements. Things to keep in mind when your employees work from home. Making proper arrangements for the employees by providing them with necessary system and tools in order to help them work without any difficulty. Next, regular and transparent communication with them becomes important. Ensuring that all communication happening through online platforms is being utilized by employees responsibly and professionally. Allowing the employees to communicate with their bosses with updates on their progress with the remote work and taking suggestions for improving the process proves useful on the run. Informal sessions can be conducted virtually, such as games, to catch up with peers and colleagues. Moving on to domestic violence, a duty of care for employers. Employers should additionally help in assisting staff members who are victims of domestic violence. This frequently entails holding conversations with employees that are confidential and providing them with work schedules that are flexible. It can entail moving their job to another location or putting in extra hours at work to cut down on their free time. Fair Work Australia, for instance, increased the allow of absence to 10 days, which was specifically catered to the issue of domestic violence. Being an employer, you must prepare for the potential that some of your staff members may experience difficulties in their personal lives and provide for them properly and accurately. So that's it, folks. This brings an end to the gamut of duty of care. These are the list of sources and links referred to for our content in the video. Thank you and stay tuned for more videos.